Welcome to the Rusted Garden. Today is August 5th and today I'm going to show you how to start your entire fall garden in 2 flats and a couple of 3.5-inch containers. Back there I started some tomatoes for my third round. They're determined varieties and dwarf varieties back on 7/15, so they're getting started. Now, first question is, why would I want to start my cool weather crops in August in flats? Why can't I just wait? Well, let's just slowly pan over this way. My garden is filled with all the warm weather crops, and they're not ready to come out yet. They're doing well, but the diseases are coming in for the tomatoes, and over the next 3 to 4 weeks I'll be moving plants out of there. But I don't want to wait to get seeds started for the cool weather vegetables or the fall garden. The other reason to start them here is because I can put them all in this small space, keep them in the shade. If you start them from seed and they just get too warm, they're going to grow really, really quickly. So I'm going to keep them in the shade. I can water and tend everything right here. That's the second main reason. I'm going to be planting seed starting actually spinach, beets even, lettuce, endives. Arugula can actually wait. That'll go in as seed. I'm going to do some peas, maybe some bok choy, definitely some kohlrabi. But you can start your fall garden now. I'm in Maryland Zone 7. And get it started in containers. Okay, let me get to getting these set up and we'll talk more about your fall gardens. This is how I like to set the trays up for efficiency. It'll take about 30 to 45 minutes to set everything up. And it's just an easier way to do it, I think. Instead of taking out a pack, getting the seeds planted, putting a pack away, just put everything on top. Seeds are interesting. These are beet seeds right there. These are pods, so there's multiple beet seeds in each pod. And then the kohlrabi, the bok choy, the kale, you're not going to be able to see, but just trust me. So for lettuces, I'm going to thin these to one plant, 4 or 5 seeds in there for the different lettuces. That's endive. It's a salad bowl red. You can't see the seeds really. But I just set the seeds up for the lettuces, 4 or 5 in one of the 6 cell trays. Spinach, 2 seeds. 2 different kinds of spinach. We'll press all those in. And then the beets, because they're pods, you just drop 1 in on there, and we're going to thin that to 1 plant. I've set peas up over here, 3 peas per container. They do really well, 3 seeds per a 3.5-inch pot, or a pot about that size. These are bigger. These are 4 cells. There's more space in there for roots to grow, so I did 4 spinach seeds in there, and I will grow this as a group of spinach. It'll be smaller, but I'll harvest it as baby lettuce. This is a mixed lettuce, bunch of different lettuces. These are going to be lettuce plugs. I'm going to cut them as baby lettuce too. And then in here, it's all kale, kohlrabi, bok choy, and it's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seeds. I will thin them to 1, 2. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be waiting around for your seeds to germinate. So put more in there than you have to and thin back. And then you can also grow peas in these 4 cells here. The 6 cells, too small for peas, but you can do them in there perfectly fine. Alright, let's get to the planting. So once it's set up, I like to use a popsicle stick, and you can get all these planted really quickly. Lettuces, I just stirred in about 1/4 inch. We're going to thin this to 1 plant anyway, and I'm going to actually do all these. Might be a little bit boring, but you're just going to see how fast that I can plant 75% of my fall garden right now as of August 5th. And again, the reason you do this, if you have the space, certainly you can go plant straight out in your garden, but I don't have the space. I'm going to do a conclusion, tell you how to take care of these, and just show you where the plants are going to go with these plants right here. So the lettuce seeds, you just mix all in just like that. The endive, don't worry if some of them stay on the surface. Salad bowl red, these are dark seeds, you can't see them. Same way. And then once they're done, just pull the soil into the middle and press them in with your thumb. You'll have plenty of seeds that germinate. You'll be able to thin them down to the strongest plant. And again, this will be about 75% of my garden. I will plant other stuff, but it's a huge time saver because I'm getting everything ready now. Now these are going to have to stay in the shade. You don't want these black cells, the plastic of the black cells, attracting heat to this, because they'll actually grow too quickly. You don't want them starting to grow thinking because it's warm they should grow quickly and go to seed. Keep them in a shady area. When they germinate, put them somewhere where they're just going to get morning sun or evening sun. And you just push the beets, the spinach, down about a quarter of the way. And we're going to thin those down too. Basically everything in the 6 seed cells are going to be single plants. And once they're pressed in, just pull the starting mix to the middle. And that's how quickly you can do a whole flat. There's 72 plants in here. For the peas, I just use my finger. Almost a ½ inch. And do that. Okay, let me switch out these trays here. The kale and the kohlrabi, you do the same way. Scratch it in, 1/4 inch, ½ inch. I've done experiments. The depth really doesn't matter that much. Just get them covered. So that's the kale. That's the kohlrabi. Kohlrabi will get thinned down to one plant, as will the kale. Put several seeds in there, and then just pull everything to the center. Over here I'm doing mixed greens, and these are going to be just basically salad plugs. We'll be able to break these in half. I'm not going to thin them out. I'm mixing this really to ½ inch deep. There's probably 15 or 20 seeds in each of these. And these will be harvested as cut and come again lettuce, which means I'll leave the roots in the ground and I'll harvest them when they're smaller. And just set it up just like this. These are vintage seed packets that I've purchased, and I'm selling them at my at my seed shop. And if you're interested in collectibles, you can get that whole set for less than $1 a pack. There's no tomato seeds in there. They're vintage seed packs. They're great collectibles, and you can see them at my seed shop. And that's all you do to get this set up. Alright, let's get to watering, and I'm going to show you where these are going to go. Again, give you some idea of how you can do an entire fall cool weather garden in a space this big. Get them ready now as of August 5th. So everything's planted, and of course you just want to water everything in. Now I just want to recap, because this is black plastic and it is still summer. If you keep this in full sun, this is going to get way too hot. So keep everything in a shady area, and when they germinate, you can put them in a place where they get morning sun or later evening sun. You just want to keep them shaded and cool. Let them get growing now. We didn't add any fertilizer to the water. Mixed in here, I do use worm castings from Vermistera. If you want to check them out, they're in the description. I like the worm castings because it's natural and it's just kind of a low, slow feed. But seeds, when they germinate, actually live off the seed coat. So you don't really have to worry about the soluble feedings until they're growing a little bit. So all of these are going to go into here. Again, why do I do that? I still have tomatoes that are ripening, but in a couple of weeks they'll be done, and these will all be replanted with cool weather vegetables. So you can really save yourself a lot of time by getting started. And again, that's about 75% of my cool weather garden. My fall garden is right there. You need about 60 days to 90 days of no frost or light frost. Your cool weather vegetables can actually freeze a lot of the leaves. And when everything out there starts dying out, the cool weather crops will get in there. So please subscribe. I'll show you what I do with these plants, how I feed them, take care of them, and get them out into the garden. And again, please check out my seed shop at www.therustedgarden.com. Thanks for watching.